Hi there, welcome back to Hazel's Cookery programme. I'm sorry about the last clip there. We've actually been having a few technical difficulties in the studio, but here we're back and we have actually cooked the chicken, the carrots, the onions and the butternut squash and the peppers, okay? So Daniela's got a wee tip about the coconut milk, okay? Daniela, would you like to tell us about that?
Yes, it's just if you, at the beginning when you've got everything absorbing those funky flavours from the oil and the Thai curry paste, they'll absorb into what you're cooking. Whatever the vegetables are, whatever the meat is, that's all going to be absorbed. So if it starts getting a bit dry in the pan, just start adding a little bit of coconut milk to keep it all moist, to keep it cooking and to stop it sticking to the bottom of the pan, because that's when things start going down.
Yeah, great tip. Great tip, Daniela. So, yes, and I mean it's all about knowing your vegetables. That's what I said in the last clip. I mean, you need to know your vegetables. Get inside them, get to know them. Because when you do that, you'll know whether they're softening up or whatever. But it's also about tasting them. You know, you have to taste your vegetables as well. And the tastes from this are absolutely delicious. I mean, don't be afraid to give it a wee taste. Is that right, Daniela?
That's absolutely right. In fact, Hazel, I'm going to ask you to do a little taste test just now.
Okay.
Just to see how far along these vegetables are really going.
Okay.
Watch out,
Oh,
it might
it's
be
quite
hot.
It's quite hot actually. I'll try this wee onion first. Delicious. And here's the taste test on the butternut squash. It's quite hard, Daniela.
It's still hard.
It's still quite hard.
That's exactly why it's so important to keep checking. What stage your vegetables are at.
Absolutely.
Oh dear.
So yeah, look at that, everyone.
And now at this point, you might want to start adding a few of your own herbs and spices, just, to give it that unique flavour. Now, we're going to add a little bit of cumin seed.
Is that from Tesco?
That is from Tesco.
Excellent.
Would you believe? Now, with this, I'm just going to do it like this. Grind it up a little bit first in your hand, so you're not crunching up big chunks.
That releases the taste slightly as well.
And enhances the flavour. You're absolutely right there,
Yeah.
Hazel. And then just give it a little sprinkle in there. At this point you can add anything. Ginger, fresh coriander, parsley, whatever you like. And seeing as it's Thai and we like a bit of spice,
Absolutely.
we're going to add a few extra crushed chilies. I mean, feel free to use fresh ones or, really make it your own.
And look at how much you're putting in there, Daniela.
Not too much. We don't want to blow our little heads off, do we, Hazel?
Because the Thai curry paste is already quite spicy. It gives that fiery effect in your mouth that everyone loves. So yeah, a wee bit of chilli is quite nice, but not too much. So what are we putting in after that, Daniela?
I think we're probably ready to add the rest of the vegetables and coconut milk just now.
Okay.
So we'll get them all in there.
And that's the aubergines and mushrooms that we've got left to put in.
Right.
Now, aubergines, Daniela, can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, yes, Hazel was slightly worried earlier. Let me just lift this one out for you. She was worried that they weren't quite fresh because of these little brown specks. And I told her not to fear,
Yeah.
as aubergines that aren't quite ripe will have white seeds, but as they mature and age and develop wisdom, the seeds will go brown. And it doesn't affect the taste. It's still going to be delicious, but it doesn't mean that they're off. They're still perfectly fine and healthy.
Fine and dandy.
So there we go, and that's the last of the coconut milk going in there just now. So we've got nearly all of our ingredients in. The end is nigh.
Yeah. And that's Bob's your uncle, isn't it? So,
Pretty much.
I mean, that's all the ingredients in now, and all we need to do is leave that to simmer for a wee while. And is that right, Daniela? Oh,
We've chosen
Here
a
we go.
fine little bag of cashew nuts just to add that extra texture and that, I can't express how much these will really transform the dish from being a bog standard Thai curry to a really memorable meal to share with friends and family. These really will top it off.
That's what it's all about, isn't it, Daniela?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was the last ingredient we put in there, and that's cashew nuts. And I'll tell you, this is going to be amazing. And I really, really recommend you all try this, because Daniela is a very wonderful chef here. So I really appreciate you coming on the show, Daniela. It's been a great pleasure.
Well, I've really enjoyed being here
Yeah.
and cooking with you.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much. So we'll leave that to simmer for a wee while, and we'll be back for the next part of Hazel's cookery programme.